Good morning and welcome to this week's episode of Iconic Freedom, The Formula. Here we set a standard for accountability and responsibility, the ownership of your choices and your outcomes and everything that follows. Let each care for self and all will be cared for. So when I talk about the formula, we talk about that periodic chart that you see on the various websites that this is posted on, where you create those elements that come together and bring harmony to your life. And if one of those elements in your life is not working, then you extract it and you reevaluate it and, again, bring that harmony to your life. What happens when boundaries no longer require explanation or justification? This episode is about clean edges, is how I thought about it. It's not rigid and definitely not aggressive, and it's not cold. It's just clear. It's clarity presenting itself to you. I think, observe, see, watch, boundaries feel different only when you're still negotiating your own internal authority. See, once your internal authority returns home to you, when you've developed that more and more, when you have trusted in yourself more and more, because you had this internal authority when you were young, very much so. And then people brainwashed you to stop paying attention to it because of whatever was going on with them. We've talked about on this program that everything people experience emotionally is about them. It's not about you. So when they're reacting to you, it's about them and their own internal experiences. Well, if you're a child, adults reacting to you rather than responding to you are managing their own prior internal experiences, emotional experiences, projecting results and outcomes onto you and controlling your behavior. So once this internal authority, once you get rid of this schmutz and this internal authority comes home, your boundaries become quiet. You don't defend them. You don't over-explain. You don't rehearse. You just live them. So have you ever noticed how much energy goes into explaining your no? Somebody wants you to do something, they want to add, you want to say no, but there's a tug, there's a pull to explain why. This is where we talk about the why is an opportunity to lie because now you need to make something up in order to feel comfortable or make the other person feel comfortable. But most of the time, it's you making yourself comfortable and hoping that externally they're going to agree or they're going to capitulate so you don't feel uncomfortable. So all the justifications, the context, the over-detailing, the softening of the blow, or the, I just want you to understand. I always love it when people do that. So what is it that you have to explain so much? And what it is that we want approval. We want to set a boundary for ourselves. We want to say no. We want to trust our own internal authority. And so then we seek outside of self for the approval of whatever that boundary is. But I say to you now, that is the crack in your armor. People defend their boundaries when they don't fully believe they're allowed to even have them, or they're afraid of the disapproval. They want to control what the other person's reaction might be. Sometimes it's even the fear of losing a connection. Defense is an attachment. If I can make you understand, maybe you won't react. If you won't react, I won't feel discomfort. But it still is outcome management. Because, okay, so what a clean boundary actually is it's not a speech, it's a decision. And it doesn't require an explanation, a convincing, an agreement, an emotional alignment with the other person, that they agree emotionally with whatever it is that you're thinking or feeling. It requires clarity of self, nothing else, of what is internally correct for you. So a boundary is simply this is what I will and won't participate in, and this is what is correct for me. That's it. And you don't even have to say that, but some people do. And you've heard me say before, I don't need to make you wrong in order to do something that is right for me. It's not necessary. I can state what is internally correct for me and nothing else. I say nothing else. Whatever reaction, emotion, whatever's going on with you, whatever schmutz you got going on inside, has nothing to do with me. I think that when this all happens, I think there is your nervous system, in a sense, I think it shifts. And this is where it gets embodied. We've been talking about that all year so far, right? The embodiment of these qualities, these characteristics that create your integrity, from being responsible, from decision to choice to responsibility and accountability. When you stop defending your boundaries, I think your nervous system settles. I think this is where internal peace starts to happen, because you're not scanning to make sure, that whatever you're going to say is going to lay, quietly with the other person. You're just managing you. You don't care what these other people are doing. It doesn't even matter. And it doesn't matter how close these people are to you. What matters is that you're not scanning, you're not bracing for impact, you're not anticipating a pushback. You don't even concern about pushback. There might be, but who cares? It doesn't matter. Why? Because I'm doing what is right for me. You say what is accurate reality for you, and you let reactions belong to the other person. That's your internal authority integrated. What a beautiful place to land, right? Where your internal authority is so strong for you that you stop having concern about how the world outside of you will react. And what is so beautiful about that internal authority is you can change it with new information. I have new information. Now my internal authority is telling me I want to do this instead of that. Beautiful. That shows a level of health that you can move and move quickly when new information comes in. Reactions to you are not about you. Those reactions are about the other person and whatever they're experiencing internally. And that has nothing to do with you. That's them. And a lot of times people get hijacked, right? They talked about that emotional intelligence and their amygdala and, all this, nonsense. But the reality is, internally, they just haven't managed themselves. They haven't reached this internal peace that realizes I have my own internal authority, which brings peace to me because I do what is correct for me whenever I want to do. If you are acting with integrity, which is decision to choice, responsibility, accountability, you never concern yourself with whether or not it's right or wrong. There is no right or wrong. There's only correct for you. I think there is a discomfort phase. And at first, I think your clean boundaries might feel harsh to other people, or you're being unkind, or, oh, it's just too much, or you're selfish. And a great book by Ayn Rand called The Virtue of Selfishness. I recommend reading it. Short book, small book, packed with all kinds of stuff that resonates. Because you're used to softening yourself, softening the blow. You're used to kind of negotiating, the edges of things. And then, you don't realize, I think, that being clean in your transactions for yourself is not cruel. It is regard for others and whatever their experience without you having to fix it. Because that's really what's happening when we start explaining away our boundaries as though we need approval, is that we think we have to fix the other person's experience of us or their reaction to us. We don't. It's none of your business, and you're robbing that person of their opportunity to figure it out. So then you have to think about, well, I'm trying to control them. Okay, wait a minute. I'm trying to control them? Stop. You don't have to go any further than that. I'm trying to control them. Step back, take a breath, put down the remote. Nobody asked you. Take care of self. Let each care for self, and all will be cared for. It has regard for you, for them, for reality. Clean is regard for others and whatever their experience is without having to fix it. Clean is regard for others and whatever their experience without you having to fix it. Letting reactions that they're having, let it be theirs. This is the hinge. The most boundary breakdowns happen here. You set a boundary, the other person reacts. You collapse to it to regulate the reaction because you're uncomfortable. That's not a boundary. That's a negotiation, right? Because your internal authority says, I understand you're upset. That's all. You don't even have to say that. You can just acknowledge it to yourself. If you want to, you can say, I understand you're upset. That's it. But like I say, you don't even have to say that. And it stays steady. There's no correction, no escalation, no retreat. Their reaction doesn't belong to you. It belongs to them. For them to figure it out, for them to decide the next steps, for them to search their internal authority. Give to them what belongs to them. Keep what belongs to you. When your internal authority comes home, you will stop defending your no. You stop managing reactions. You stop over-explaining. You will stop rehearsing the justification. You'll live in alignment for yourself in reality, and something surprising will happen for you. You won't feel aggressive. You will feel calm because your boundaries, they aren't walls. They're clarity. Clarity founded in reality. Reality is without emotion, so it all connects. When you are out of emotion, you're in reality. When you're in emotion, you're out of reality. I say to you that your clarity of self is rooted in the fact that you are out of emotion and you're in reality. You are moving in life to your internal authority. This is what's right for me. It doesn't matter if nobody else agrees with you. Do what is right for you because it's your life. Okay, hit that like button if you would. Share it with your family and friends. You never know how it might support them in their endeavor. All the fun links are below, and if you're inclined, feel free to subscribe on Buzzsprout. I am on X and Truth Social, TikTok, Facebook, and Instagram. The link to my newest book, The Christmas Cookie, Stories from the Counter, is listed below. I'd be grateful and honored if you chose to pick up a copy. It's a collection of heartwarming stories that I quietly say unfold the very principles that we talk about here each week. And until next time, stay sharp, stay sovereign, and as always, remember, let each care for self, and all will be cared for. Make it a great week.